At sunrise, Angkor Wat begins to reveal itself. Before the crowds fill the walkways, before the heat of the day settles over the stones, the temple stands in silence. Its towers rise in the distance, reflected in the still waters below, as if the past and present are meeting in the same moment. This is Cambodia's most iconic monument, a place built not only with stone, but with faith, vision, and extraordinary human effort. For centuries, Angkor Wat has watched the sun rise over the forests of Siem Reap. Kingdoms have changed, empires have faded, but this temple remains, carrying the memory of one of the greatest civilizations Southeast Asia has ever known. Today, we begin our journey at first light, where Angkor Wat appears not as a ruin, but as a living symbol of Cambodia, history, and devotion. Every visit to Angkor Wat begins here. Across this ancient sandstone causeway, generations of pilgrims, monks, kings, merchants, and travelers have made the same journey. Long before cameras and guidebooks, this path welcomed those who came seeking faith, knowledge, and the grandeur of one of history's greatest civilizations. With each step, the modern world slowly begins to fade away. The sounds of the city are replaced by birdsong, gentle breezes, and the quiet rhythm of footsteps across stones that have endured for nearly 9 centuries. The approach to Angkor Wat was never intended to be rushed. Its architects carefully designed this journey so that the temple would reveal itself gradually, building anticipation long before visitors reached its towering walls. Even today, that experience remains remarkably unchanged. Ahead lies the western entrance, the main gateway into Angkor Wat. Unlike most Khmer temples, which face east toward the rising sun, Angkor Wat faces west. Historians continue to discuss the reasons behind this unusual orientation. Some believe it reflects the temple's dedication to the Hindu god Vishnu, who is traditionally associated with the West. Others suggest it may have been connected to the temple's role as a royal funerary monument for King Suryavarman II. Whatever the original intention, this unique design has become one of Angkor Wat's defining characteristics. Stretching before us is the great sandstone causeway, leading directly toward the temple's outer enclosure. Every stone beneath our feet was carefully placed by skilled craftsmen during the early 12th century. Though worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, the path still carries visitors toward one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements. On either side lies the vast moat that surrounds Angkor Wat. Nearly 200 meters wide and extending for more than 5 kilometers around the temple. It is one of the largest moats ever constructed around a religious monument. While it offered protection, it also served practical purposes by helping regulate water throughout the surrounding landscape. For the Khmer civilization, water was the foundation of life, agriculture, and survival. And mastering its control was one of the greatest achievements of their engineers. Yet the moat was more than an engineering marvel. In Hindu cosmology, it symbolized the cosmic ocean surrounding Mount Meru, the sacred mountain believed to stand at the center of the universe. Crossing these waters was not simply entering a temple. It represented a symbolic journey from the ordinary world into a sacred realm. As the temple slowly grows larger, its scale becomes increasingly difficult to comprehend. What first appeared as distant towers gradually reveals itself as an immense complex of galleries, courtyards, walls, and sanctuaries, all carefully arranged according to principles of symmetry and sacred geometry. Every step forward reveals another layer of detail. The sandstone blocks, the weathered surfaces, the carved balustrades, and the carefully aligned architecture all reflect a civilization whose achievements continue to astonish historians, archaeologists, architects, and visitors from around the world. For centuries, this same approach has welcomed countless people. Kings once arrived in royal processions. Hindu priests crossed these stones during sacred ceremonies. Buddhist monks later made this temple their place of worship. Today, visitors from every corner of the globe continue the tradition, following the same path toward Angkor Wat. As we draw closer, the temple no longer feels distant. Its walls rise before us, its towers dominate the skyline, and the gateway ahead invites us to leave the outside world behind. Beyond these ancient stones lies not simply a monument, but a place where history, architecture, religion, and culture have come together for almost 900 years. Our journey into Angkor Wat is only just beginning. Angkor Wat is not simply an archaeological monument. It remains a living place of worship. For centuries, Buddhist monks have continued a spiritual tradition that still shapes the daily life of the temple. While Angkor Wat was originally constructed during the early 12th century as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, it gradually became a center of Buddhist worship, a role it continues to serve today. Here, history is not locked behind museum glass. It continues to live among the ancient stones. Beyond the entrance, the atmosphere changes once again. The sounds of the outside world become more distant. Wide courtyards open before us. Ancient galleries stretch across the landscape. Every doorway invites us deeper into the temple's remarkable design. Unlike many historic monuments that survive only as ruins, Angkor Wat continues to welcome both pilgrims and visitors from around the world. For some, it is a place of worship. For others, it is a masterpiece of architecture. For many, it is both. The architects of Angkor Wat designed the temple according to principles of symmetry, balance, and sacred geometry, creating an environment that reflected their understanding of both the natural and spiritual worlds. The galleries surrounding us once echoed with the footsteps of priests, royal officials, scholars, and pilgrims. Today, visitors from every continent continue to follow those same paths. Separated by centuries, they share the same experience of approaching one of the world's most extraordinary sacred places. Ahead stands one of the many entrances leading deeper into Angkor Wat. Each doorway acts as a transition, from bright courtyards into cool stone corridors, from open skies into shadowed halls, from the ordinary world into spaces designed for reflection and devotion. Even after nearly 900 years, the craftsmanship remains extraordinary. Massive sandstone blocks fit together with remarkable precision. Delicate carvings cover columns and door frames. Every surface reveals the skill of artisans whose names have long been forgotten, yet whose work continues to inspire millions. As daylight fades behind us, the atmosphere changes once again. The temperature cools, the sounds soften, stone replaces sky. For centuries, countless pilgrims crossed this same threshold, leaving behind the brightness of the outside world as they entered the sacred heart of Angkor Wat. Our journey is only beginning. Leaving the bright courtyards behind, we step into another world. The air becomes cooler. The light begins to soften. Long stone corridors stretch into the distance, each doorway perfectly aligned with the next, drawing the eye ever deeper into the temple. Here, silence becomes part of the architecture. For nearly 9 centuries, these passageways have witnessed the footsteps of kings, priests, pilgrims, monks, and travelers from around the world. Every doorway marks another step inward, not only through the temple itself, but through a carefully designed spiritual journey. As sunlight filters through the openings in the ancient stone, shadows move quietly across walls carved by craftsmen whose work has survived for generations. Each corridor tells a story. Each doorway invites another discovery. Then, something begins to emerge from the darkness. Far ahead, framed perfectly within the ancient doorway, stands a solitary figure. At first, only its outline can be seen. With each step, its form slowly becomes clearer. For centuries, pilgrims have made this same approach. Long before electric lights illuminated these halls, visitors walked through these corridors guided only by natural light filtering through the temple's openings. The gradual reveal was intentional. It encouraged contemplation, anticipation, reverence. Unlike many ancient monuments, Angkor Wat was never designed simply to impress with its size. It was created to inspire reflection, to encourage contemplation, to remind every visitor that they were entering a place considered sacred. Standing before us is one of Angkor Wat's most revered sacred images. This remarkable 8-armed statue of Vishnu has welcomed worshippers for centuries. Although Angkor Wat later became a Buddhist temple, Vishnu remains deeply connected to its origins. The statue serves as a powerful reminder of the temple's Hindu beginnings, while also reflecting the centuries of Buddhist devotion that followed. Today, visitors often pause here in quiet reflection. Some offer prayers, others leave flowers or incense. Many simply stand in silence, appreciating both the artistry of the sculpture and the enduring spiritual atmosphere that surrounds it. The golden cloth draped across the figure is a modern expression of reverence, showing that this ancient image continues to hold profound religious significance. It is here that Angkor Wat reveals perhaps its greatest story, not one of stone alone, but of continuity. Across nearly 9 centuries, empires have risen and fallen. Religions have evolved, generations have come and gone. Yet this temple has remained a place where history and faith continue to exist side by side. Crossing back into the open air, the scale of Angkor Wat becomes apparent once again. Surrounded by broad courtyards, graceful galleries, and carefully planned walkways, the temple reveals itself not as a single building, but as an entire sacred complex. Every direction offers another perspective, another doorway, another tower, another reminder of the extraordinary vision of the Khmer builders. Although millions of people visit Angkor Wat every year, moments of quiet still remain. In the early morning, when the light is soft and the crowds are few, it becomes easier to imagine the temple as generations before us experienced it. Throughout the temple, the graceful Naga balustrades continue to line many of the walkways. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the Naga, a sacred serpent, symbolizes protection, water, and the connection between the earthly and spiritual worlds. Here, they quietly watch over the paths that visitors continue to follow today. From this vantage point, the 5 iconic towers once again dominate the horizon. Designed to represent the mythical Mount Meru, the sacred mountain at the center of the universe in Hindu cosmology, they remain the defining symbol of Angkor Wat. Even after exploring its interior, the temple continues to reveal new layers of meaning. It is both a masterpiece of engineering and a work of profound spiritual symbolism. Every visitor eventually makes this journey in reverse. Leaving the temple behind, they carry with them more than photographs. They leave with an appreciation for a civilization whose achievements continue to endure nearly 9 centuries after these stones were first placed. For many, Angkor Wat is remembered not simply for its size or beauty, but for the quiet sense of wonder it inspires long after the journey has ended. While millions of visitors come to Angkor Wat each year, many never venture beyond its central galleries. Hidden within the vast temple complex are quieter courtyards, lesser-known shrines, and secluded passageways that reveal another side of this remarkable monument. Away from the crowds, the pace begins to slow. Here, weathered stone, open lawns, and centuries-old buildings remind visitors that Angkor Wat is far larger than it first appears. Every doorway leads to another chamber. Every courtyard reveals another layer of history. These structures once served religious, ceremonial, and practical purposes, supporting the daily life of one of the greatest temple complexes ever built. Although time has taken its toll, much of the original layout remains remarkably intact. Some of these chambers continue to serve as places of worship today. Ancient statues stand beside more recent offerings, creating a quiet meeting place between Cambodia's distant past and its living Buddhist traditions. Throughout Angkor Wat, statues from different periods have been carefully preserved. Some remain complete. Others bear the scars of centuries of weathering, conflict, and changing religious traditions. Together, they tell a story not only of faith, but of survival. Even after nearly 900 years, Angkor Wat is far more than a historical monument. It remains a living temple. Monks continue to pray here. Incense still rises through ancient halls. Visitors pause not only to admire its architecture, but also to reflect in its peaceful surroundings. Leaving the ancient stone corridors behind, another side of Angkor Wat begins to emerge. Traditional Cambodian music continues to play an important role in the country's cultural identity. Musicians can often be found performing near historic sites, preserving melodies that have been heard throughout Cambodia for centuries. Just beyond the temple walls, shaded beneath enormous tropical trees, local vendors welcome visitors from around the world. The marketplace is filled with handcrafted sculptures, paintings inspired by Angkor Wat, woven textiles, and countless reminders of Cambodia's rich artistic heritage. Every item reflects generations of craftsmanship and cultural tradition. For many Cambodian families, tourism provides an important source of income. Small family-run stalls offer handcrafted souvenirs, traditional clothing, paintings, spices, musical instruments, and locally made artwork. Many of these businesses have served visitors for decades, passing their skills and traditions from one generation to the next. After hours of exploring the temple complex, many visitors pause here to enjoy traditional Cambodian cuisine, fresh tropical fruit, and a chance to rest beneath the shade of towering trees. Beyond the marketplace, the landscape opens once again. Ancient trees, shaded pathways, and wide stretches of grass surround the temple, creating a peaceful environment that contrasts with the crowds gathered at its main entrance. Throughout the day, Buddhist monks can often be seen walking through the temple complex. Their bright saffron robes have become one of Angkor Wat's most recognizable and timeless sights. Although Angkor Wat was originally built as a Hindu temple, it gradually became an important center of Buddhist worship. Today, Buddhism continues to shape the daily life and spiritual traditions of the site. Scattered throughout the grounds are hundreds of massive sandstone blocks. Many are original architectural elements that were removed during restoration projects or preserved after centuries of weathering. Each stone serves as a reminder of the immense engineering achievement behind Angkor Wat's construction. Looking across the grounds, it becomes easier to appreciate the extraordinary scale of the complex. Angkor Wat covers more than 400 acres, making it the largest religious monument ever constructed. As the day continues, visitors once again make their way across the Great Causeway, carrying with them memories of one of the world's most remarkable historical treasures. Some come to admire history, others come seeking faith. Yet together, they continue a tradition that has lasted for centuries. Nearly 9 centuries after its construction, Angkor Wat remains under constant conservation. Restoration teams from Cambodia and international organizations continue to preserve the temple's delicate stonework, ensuring that future generations can experience this remarkable monument while protecting its original architecture. To reach the temple's highest level, visitors climb a modern staircase installed to protect the original sandstone steps. The climb is steep, reflecting the symbolic journey toward the sacred center of the temple. In ancient Khmer belief, ascending to the upper sanctuary represented a spiritual approach to Mount Meru, the mythical mountain at the center of the universe. At the summit, the scale of Angkor Wat becomes even more impressive. From this elevated vantage point, visitors can appreciate the vast courtyards, galleries, and surrounding landscape that make this one of the largest religious monuments ever built. Inside the central sanctuary, the atmosphere changes. The bright tropical sunlight gives way to cool stone corridors that have stood for centuries. Every hallway, doorway, and chamber reveals the extraordinary craftsmanship of Khmer artisans, whose intricate carvings continue to survive despite the passage of time. Before entering the innermost sanctuary, many visitors pause to leave offerings as a sign of respect and devotion. Fresh flowers, incense, candles, and fruit are traditional gifts in Cambodian Buddhist practice, symbolizing gratitude, compassion, and the hope for peace, health, and good fortune. Whether offered by local worshipers or travelers seeking a moment of reflection, these simple offerings create a powerful connection between the temple's remarkable past and its enduring spiritual significance in the present. Even today, the quiet atmosphere invites visitors to slow down and appreciate the remarkable craftsmanship that surrounds them. You may also notice the wooden structures and scaffolding throughout the courtyard. These are part of ongoing conservation efforts to protect Angkor Wat from weathering, structural movement, and the natural effects of time. Preserving a monument of this size is a continuous process, ensuring that one of the world's greatest architectural masterpieces can be experienced by future generations. Standing within these ancient walls, it is easy to imagine the temple as it once was, filled with ceremonies, chanting, and the daily life of one of the greatest civilizations in Southeast Asian history. As you move through the upper courtyard, it becomes clear that Angkor Wat is far more than a single temple. It is a complex network of galleries, courtyards, towers, and sacred spaces, each carefully aligned according to the architectural and religious principles of the Khmer Empire. The stone beneath your feet has been worn smooth by countless generations of pilgrims, monks, kings, and travelers who have crossed these same courtyards for nearly 9 centuries. The graceful Apsaras, or celestial dancers, remain among the temple's most celebrated works of art. Thousands of these finely carved figures decorate the walls, each displaying unique hairstyles, jewelry, and expressions that reflect the artistic brilliance of the Khmer Empire. Throughout the sanctuary, broken statues and weathered sculptures remind visitors of Angkor Wat's long and eventful history. Time, conflict, and the forces of nature have left their mark. Yet the monument continues to endure with remarkable resilience. Before you stands one of the temple's most revered images, a statue of the Buddha sheltered beneath the protective hood of a seven-headed Naga, or sacred serpent. In Buddhist tradition, the Naga king Mukalinda is said to have risen from beneath the earth to shield the Buddha during a violent storm as he meditated, spreading his multiple hoods above him like a living canopy. The sculpture symbolizes protection, serenity, and unwavering faith. Despite centuries of weathering, conflict, and the passage of time, the calm expression of the Buddha remains, reminding visitors of the enduring power of inner peace. This image also reflects Angkor Wat's remarkable history. Although the temple was originally built as a Hindu sanctuary dedicated to Vishnu in the 12th century, it gradually became a center of Buddhist worship. Today, statues such as this one stand as lasting symbols of Cambodia's deep Buddhist heritage, blending centuries of history, faith, and artistic mastery within these ancient stone walls. Today, Angkor Wat is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also an active place of worship. Fresh flowers, incense, and offerings are still placed before sacred Buddha statues by local worshippers and visitors alike, preserving a spiritual tradition that continues within these ancient walls. As history, architecture, and living faith come together, Angkor Wat remains one of humanity's greatest cultural treasures, inspiring millions of people from around the world each year. Walking these passageways feels almost timeless, as though each step carries you further back into the 12th century. Many of the statues found throughout these halls no longer remain complete. Some have lost their heads, others their arms, while countless sculptures disappeared during centuries of war, looting, and natural decay. Yet even in their damaged condition, these ancient works continue to tell their story. Every surviving fragment reminds us of the extraordinary craftsmanship that once filled every corner of this magnificent temple. Looking out from the galleries, visitors gain a completely different perspective of Angkor Wat. The temple's courtyards stretch out below, surrounded by elegant cloisters and towers connected through a carefully planned design. From above, the scale of the monument becomes even more impressive, revealing how every courtyard, staircase, and sanctuary was positioned with remarkable precision. Today, many parts of Angkor Wat remain under careful conservation. Protective coverings and restoration projects can be seen throughout the complex. Rather than rebuilding the temple, conservation teams focus on preserving the original sandstone, strengthening weakened structures, and ensuring that future generations can continue to experience one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements. As we move deeper into the galleries, we arrive at one of Angkor Wat's greatest treasures, its extraordinary bas-reliefs. Stretching for nearly 800 meters throughout the temple, these carvings form one of the longest and most detailed narrative sculptures ever created. Every wall has been transformed into stone pages that record history, mythology, religion, and royal power. Thousands of figures emerge from the sandstone with astonishing precision. Soldiers march in disciplined formations. Horses, elephants, and chariots advance toward battle. Royal processions unfold beneath ceremonial umbrellas, while generals, musicians, attendants, and standard-bearers fill every available space. No two scenes feel exactly alike, and every section rewards careful observation. Unlike paintings, these stories have survived for almost 9 centuries because they were carved directly into the temple itself. The artists first outlined each figure before carefully chiseling away the surrounding stone, creating shallow reliefs that capture remarkable detail despite their age. Many historians believe hundreds of highly skilled craftsmen worked on these galleries over many years. Their ability to maintain consistent proportions and intricate detail across hundreds of meters remains one of Angkor Wat's greatest artistic achievements. Some of these panels depict historical events from the Khmer Empire, while others illustrate famous episodes from Hindu epics such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Together, they reflect the temple's original dedication to the Hindu god Vishnu, before Angkor Wat gradually became a center of Buddhist worship. Among the most famous carvings are scenes of enormous military processions. Warriors carrying spears and shields march in organized ranks, accompanied by cavalry, elephants, and commanders seated high above the battlefield. These are not simply decorative images. They celebrate royal authority, military strength, and the divine order believed to protect the Khmer kingdom. Look closely, and the artists included far more than soldiers. Trees, birds, animals, elaborate clothing, jewelry, hairstyles, weapons, and ceremonial objects all appear with remarkable realism. . . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . These details provide historians with an invaluable glimpse into daily life during the height of the Khmer Empire. The precision is astonishing. Individual facial expressions, woven garments, and decorative armor can still be recognized despite centuries of exposure to heat, humidity, and countless visitors passing through these corridors. These reliefs were designed to be experienced while walking. Rather than standing in one place, visitors gradually follow the story as each scene unfolds into the next, much like reading the chapters of an enormous stone manuscript. Standing before these carvings, it becomes easy to appreciate why Angkor Wat is regarded as one of the greatest artistic accomplishments in human history. Every block of sandstone contributes to a larger narrative, combining architecture, sculpture, religion, and history into a single masterpiece. Nearly 900 years after they were carved, these walls continue to preserve the legacy of an empire that once dominated much of Southeast Asia. Through extraordinary skill and patience, the artisans of Angkor transformed ordinary stone into a timeless record of faith, power, and civilization, one that Although Angkor Wat is known today for its gray sandstone, these carvings were once far more colorful. Traces of red pigment can still be seen in places, offering a rare glimpse of how vibrant the temple may have appeared when it was first completed nearly 9 centuries ago. These surviving colors remind us that the magnificent carvings we see today are only a fraction of their original appearance. One of the greatest strengths of Angkor Wat is that even the smallest carvings tell a story. Here, finely carved figures sit together in an elegant composition. Their crowns, jewelry, and garments carefully detailed despite being carved nearly 9 centuries ago. Notice the delicate facial expressions, the graceful posture of the central figure, and the intricate headdresses worn by each attendant. Every necklace, bracelet, and fold of clothing was carved directly into sandstone using simple hand tools by master artisans of the Khmer Empire. These figures may represent members of the royal court, divine beings, or attendants from Hindu mythology. Throughout Angkor Wat, scenes like this blend history, religion, and art into a single masterpiece, inviting visitors to look beyond the grand architecture and appreciate the extraordinary craftsmanship found in even the smallest details. It is this level of artistry, from towering temples to carvings only a few feet wide, that has helped Angkor Wat earn its reputation as one of the world's greatest monuments. This dramatic section of the bas-relief captures the intensity of ancient warfare. Warriors charge into battle on horseback and in chariots, their weapons raised as they confront their enemies. Despite being carved nearly 9 centuries ago, the movement is remarkable. The horses appear to leap forward, the soldiers advance with determination, and every figure contributes to the energy of the scene. Rather than simply recording a battle, these carvings celebrate courage, leadership, and the military strength of the Khmer Empire, while showcasing the extraordinary skill of the artists, who transformed solid sandstone into a vivid story frozen in time. Leaving the carved galleries behind, we continue deeper into the heart of Angkor Wat. From these upper levels, the temple reveals a different character. The bustling courtyards below disappear, replaced by quiet passageways, open terraces, and peaceful inner courtyards where the sounds of visitors quickly fade away. These elevated galleries once connected some of the most sacred spaces within the temple. The long corridors, sandstone windows, and carefully aligned doorways were all designed with remarkable precision, creating natural frames that draw the eye toward the central sanctuary. As we move through these ancient halls, broken statues appear along the walls. Many have lost their heads or limbs over the centuries. Reminders of the temple's long history, periods of conflict, natural weathering, and the passage of time. Yet even in their damaged state, they retain an unmistakable dignity. As beautiful as Angkor Wat appears today, preserving a monument of this size is an enormous challenge. Time, weather, vegetation, earthquakes, and the constant footsteps of millions of visitors all leave their mark on these ancient stones. Throughout the temple, restoration and conservation work is constantly underway. Scaffolding, protective barriers, and carefully organized work areas may seem out of place, but they play a vital role in ensuring that Angkor Wat can be experienced by future generations. Every sandstone block must be documented, measured, and, when necessary, carefully removed before being repaired or returned to its original position. The goal is never to rebuild the temple, but to preserve as much of the original Khmer craftsmanship as possible. Conservation teams combine traditional masonry techniques with modern engineering, archaeology, and digital mapping. Every decision is made with great care, because even a small mistake could permanently alter a monument that has stood here for nearly 9 centuries. Beyond the temple itself, the surrounding landscape also requires constant attention. Drainage systems, ponds, walkways, and grassy courtyards are all maintained to protect the foundations from erosion and seasonal flooding. Even seemingly simple maintenance work helps preserve the stability of the entire complex. This ongoing effort is an international collaboration involving Cambodian experts together with conservation teams from around the world. Their shared mission is to protect one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements while preserving its authenticity. Angkor Wat is not simply a relic of the past. It is a living heritage site, one that demands continuous care, scientific expertise, and deep respect. Thanks to the dedication of countless conservation workers, historians, archaeologists, engineers, and craftsmen, this extraordinary temple continues to inspire millions of visitors every year. As we leave Angkor Wat behind, its story remains. These ancient stones have witnessed nearly 9 centuries of history, yet they continue to welcome new generations from around the world. Every visitor departs carrying a different memory, but all leave with a deeper appreciation for the extraordinary vision and craftsmanship of the Khmer Empire. Though our journey ends here, the spirit of Angkor Wat endures, standing as a timeless reminder of humanity's ability to create something truly remarkable.